and that the plot of the game, and that sort of the plot twist would be, like, in Carson's game right now, we're focusing on Violet. I could just flip it for Scarlet, but we're talking about Violet. But in Violet's universe, that in both games, both professors exist, but the main professor is the Sada or the Turo. And in this case, it would be Turo is the main professor. And it's that Arvin is somehow acting as a mediator, where his parents are stuck at different time points, and Arvin is somehow able to be the bridge where both his parents can communicate with Arvin, but they cannot communicate with each other. So Arvin would be the middleman in the, like, you know, story, and that Arvin acts like the mailbox in the lake house, and that the whole problem is that his parents, due to, like, a time-traveling mishap, are, you know, stuck in different time periods. Except that's not at all what fucking happened. And it does make me wonder if Ku was translating based on super early ideas.
No, remember, this is why I think we did talk about it before. Again, the frustrating thing. Wow, you small. You big small. The kind of, like, a frustrating thing is there are some aspect... God damn it, asshole. Also, I am a fucking water type. Why are you trying to paralyze me with Thunder Wave?
Now, stomach rumble. He hangry!
I do love how they actually added the animation for that any way. Again, the, like, kind of...
That's adorably stupid.
Yeah, because it just changed in... It just changed in Sword and Shield.
That is literally the hangry form.
Yeah. It just changes in Sword and Shield, so now it should go. Game.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Any way the... Wait, I'm not purifying salt? This is a sturdy set?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I was going to bring that up.
Well, I've been outside of that. Squish.
We both did sturdy. Because sturdy cheats Titans.
Oh, yeah.
And that continued to work in the DLC, so I justify my choices. It's the Titan Trapper. Because, damn it, we both... Fuck, I cannot talk. Hold on. I am all over the place. If you have sturdy, nothing can defeat you in a single hit. And the idea was to salt cure Titans and let them die to the salt damage so you could get the powers quicker. But the other reason that we ran sturdy, instead of just cheesing Titans, is to do that other important thing that came up a few times. Due to the open nature of the game, having a Pokemon that can never be defeated in a single hit was super useful for a, like, last-minute ability to sort of stall out and protect the team. But it was mainly to beat up Titans. Oh, Barry.
So you might actually live this. Oh, crit. That crit might have actually mattered.
Crit mattered.
Okay, we say crit mattered, but it's like 10 levels higher. It might have just barely not mattered.
My whole fucking point.
Anyway, back to the whole shit was, like, Ku and...
a lake house.
But, again, we have the other thing of some, like, you know, some aspects of it are kind of sort of, right. Crits ignore... intimidate, so, and, you know, dark type, so we as a star, some parts of it seem to actually kind of sort of be right, because we still have the fascinating thing of if you read the notes and shit, it says the whole the other parent just left. And again,
Yes.
this is big fat speculation. So like again, I'm not going to use this as any type of like confirmation or which one would be stronger, Flower Trick or U-turn?
Because of
Wait.
the -1,
Also,
Flower Trick will be stronger because the crit will effectively ignore your attack drop.
I'll just ignore attack the crit because it's 70 makes it a 110 move, so it's 110 and stab. So yeah, stronger.
Crits ignore attack drops.
And again, stronger base power stab.
See?
Huh.
Fuck you.
Any way, what I'm going to say, there's that like. There,
The whole ninja power!
oh yeah, it's also life force boost, and I forgot I did that. There's it basically was the whole fucking lighthouse thing, and the like the professors and shit, because there was one of the like notes basically says it's like they they don't even say husband or something, they just say it's like and the man left or and the woman left. A lot of people think the notes you had been reading, that all of those notes were actually written by the AI version of the professor, and that's why, because it was the AI version of them, they like would sort of look at it in such a kind of stiff robotic way where they technically don't even refer to them as like being a like couple or whatever. They just say the like basically opposite gender.
The rest of the notes sort of prove otherwise.
I said it was a theory.
That doesn't add up though. Because if you read the notes, the only way that could be written by the AI, and this would be absolutely fucking crazy, is that the AI, after the AI got created, it wrote a diary entry. Acting like the professor, because one of the entries of, like, after the man left or the woman left is, it's like, I need help, and it's like the only person I can trust is myself, and then the AI comes into being. Unless the AI is sort of so convinced to be the professor, it retroactively wrote a diary of its own creation, so no, that doesn't add up. But regardless, no matter what we're talking about, it's not the fucking lake house.
Yes.
The lake house is a movie where the time travel thing is that there is an object that is keeping the two people connected.
Go look up the materials for knockoff. I need 2 of these.
Look at the price for that.
Of fucking course that's its price.
Look at the price for that.
It's knockoff, they realize, and that's why looking... That's why, because of that, looking at other moves, it is more expensive.
I'll see if it...
It is more expensive than Foul Play, Taunt, Nasty Plot, Crunch, and Dark Pulse.
The joke I was going to make. Sorry, Carson, you can't create knockoff until you've made at least 14,000 unique websites. I don't mean collectively, I mean you on this channel need to be running 14,000 Let's Plays, and no, this one doesn't count. You know, maybe if I spelled it correctly.
Oh, it just seems like all the new ones are expensive as balls. Outrageous 12.
Okay, I'm trying to find the move, but I found a terribly rated movie from 1998.
As the internet does.
What?
I said as the internet does.
Oh, okay. The problem, the first thing is not. I'm getting knockoff film. Hold on. Gotta do that thing. Knockoff Pokemon. It's like Knuckles.
Knockoff Pokemon. It autofills to Digimon. Wait, wasn't that actually a dumb, like, shitpost edit at some point? I swear I have seen that as a meme.
It was like someone entered Knuckles because they were trying to draw, and they got the Sonic character. Then they Googled human Knuckles and got the Sonic character as a human. It's like, oh, come on.
This is what the internet does. Why can you all learn Sunny Day? Heat crash. Fireworks. Sometimes while you're looking, I'm just looking over other things. I don't want to know why you can learn chilling water.
I'm trying to get it. One or two of these sides, I'm trying to find the one I usually use for. I think it's this one. I'll get there. Hold on. This one usually throws the materials on the list. Oh! Seedot, stem, and corefish shell. I found the... Okay, cool.
I saw Corefish walking,
Oh, hey, won't be.
I saw Corefish walking around here earlier, unless because it's night, they're not going to spawn now.
No?
Oh, no, there they are.
See if that guide's accurate, but that website I've used before, and it's normally fine. Remember, you can auto-battle for materials. Minimum number is 4. You could just...
I'm going to make 2, so I would need 8. Come on. It's the one problem because of... Oh, and if we're auto-battling and it's just auto-battling so we don't... Oh wait, no, it's on. Damn it, it's actually on the land now. Go. Go, murder. That's 4. Oh, there's another one on the land.
It will auto-battle into the water, but...
Well, the other thing is, again, if it's just auto-battling and shit, and I need something to go in the water... There we go. I do like how he actually swims. That's neat.
It's Volpe, everyone's favorite Vog.
Here's what we're doing. We just have to murder everything. Get other materials as well.
There's another Corefish.
Also, oh,
there's another Corefish.
Also, wait, I just had the thought, if we're doing this, I get to show it off. That thing I don't think we ever showed. He surf! Why does he have a golden surfboard?
Man is literally made of money. Hey, look, Corvus!
Okay, that's enough of... That should be enough of that for 2. I'm pretty sure it's more than 8.
Yes.
Let's actually go look at the... Yeah, 12. Okay.
Is that one item beat fluid?
I'm not checking that. Now I just need to find C-Dot.
Or any of the forms.
Yeah. Now I need C-Dot or nipples.
Nuzleaf has the little nipples.
Which is one of those funny things I've actually saw, like, C-Dot and Nuzleaf and stuff. Weren't they on this path?
We kept finding them around grass and stuff. Was that the professor?
Where?
Behind the tree.
Yes. Because that should be... I had brought... because the one day we recorded, it was still like a day after the DLC, people weren't entirely sure of things. If I remember correctly, if you talk to him, he'll give you one of the Sinnoh starters as an egg. That's basically what...
That's what I thought.
Now, I don't know if you have to do something or if he just randomly gives it to you. I have no idea what the, like... what the criteria for getting that egg is. I just know that that's how, basically... Like, that's
let's look for...
It's also one of those because, you know, like, Nuzleaf and stuff are dark types. I feel like they should be out at night, so...
When we ran into them in the Let's Play, in both mine and your game, they were just kind of... Yeah, girl, yeah. Just kind of mixed into random grass on some random hills.
The problem is that Nuzleaf are tiny, so I need Mr. Nipples. Anyway, I said was the...
Spinnerack.
Was the professor, like I said,
yeah.
way he does, now, if I remember correctly, those eggs...
It was more about, like...
If I remember correctly, those eggs, they don't have the hidden ability, and they are shiny locked, so I believe he literally does give you a, like, level 5... Well, actually, because the egg would be level 1. He basically does give you the equivalent to, like, a fresh starter from that generation, if I remember correctly. Now, again, I don't know what determines the starter, if it's pure random, or if it's based off, like... the starter you...
Do some research on that. But...
that's why I didn't talk to him, because even if it isn't, like... Even if it is shiny, locked, and shit, it's one of those I want to know if there's any way to, like, influence it or not, because, you know, I might actually try to get, like... If I do...
Starting to find some... Timber... I'm looking. Yeah. Noctowl. So... Oh! Elamize. Or as he even say, Elamize. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, when they added Knockoff back into the game, in the DLC, what was your overall opinion on that decision? The reason I wanted to ask this is because a lot of people are split on whether or not the move Knockoff should remain in Pokemon with a decent distribution rate, since a lot of people try to argue that knockoff is a bit too centralizing and that knockoff makes the metagame unhealthy, even though I would argue the opposite, because without knockoff, a lot of Pokemon are allowed to basically run certain item combinations that can be really obnoxious and super overpowered. So being able to remove certain items from certain Pokemon levels the playing field and makes the game far more balanced, since in general you're always at risk of losing your item, which I think is a fair enough trade when playing competitive Pokemon, because a lot of Pokemon that rely on their items in order to be effective now need to fear having their items removed, even if they resist knockoff. And in my opinion, this is completely fair and balanced, because removing a Pokemon's item can make that Pokemon easier to actually beat in a competitive setting. So you would think that more people would be in favor of knockoff, but in general, knockoff is super hated. And the thing I noticed, most people that hate knockoff love spamming a lot of the stupid, overpowered, incredibly brain-dead combinations of Pokemon and items that you can basically throw on a team without much thought and effectively generate free wins. A good example of what I mean is an item like Eviolite in a metagame that does not have a lot of prominent knockoff users. Eviolite becomes a very good item to create a lot of obnoxious, bulky Pokemon that serve some type of important key role on a team. Dusclops and Porygon 2 are perfect examples of a set of Pokemon that can use Eviolite super well to set Trick Room. So, in a metagame, without a lot of good, prominent knockoff users, you can use a Pokemon like Dusclops or Porygon 2 in order to set Trick Room incredibly easily, since these Pokemon are notoriously hard to actually take down unless you remove the Eviolite from these Pokemon. And in metagames that do not have a lot of prominent knockoff users, you often see these Pokemon specifically spike in usage, and then whenever knockoff gets reintroduced to a Pokemon game, all of a sudden you have all of these people complaining that knockoff is far too spammable and brain dead, which is incredibly ironic, since these people generally build what I would consider spammable and brain dead teams, where you use the most generic and splashable combination of items and Pokemon, and the moment your brain dead team can basically be defeated by simply having their items removed is the moment you really do need to rethink your team composition, because that basically tells me you like being able to shut your brain off and click buttons, and the moment that clicking those buttons becomes even a tiny bit risky and less free is the moment you start complaining that knockoff is unfair. But I feel like knockoff is incredibly fair because it adds a logical risk to Pokemon, where even a resisted hit could remove your item, And losing your item could fundamentally destroy your ability to actually use a certain Pokemon, because without its item, certain sets do not function that well at all. And personally, I feel like when it comes to Pokemon, the best players can adapt to losing an item without completely getting butthurt about losing an item to a move like knockoff. And in general, I feel like if you really do hate knockoff, you likely love spamming incredibly generic yet effective combinations of Pokemon and items that are super brain dead and incredibly easy to basically spam without really thinking about a team at all. And I feel like knockoff will always be a fair and balanced check to a lot of Pokemon, because losing your item is basically super important, because depending on if you lose your item or not, that means you now need to adapt to a very important change in the battle, and that change might determine whether or not you can win or lose. And I think the best players can often adapt around the loss of an item without getting super mad that they lost it. But losing an item is still a detriment, because that does mean your set is now overall less effective than it was. But again, I think the best players can adapt to this situation, and that does not automatically mean you lose. All this means is more Pokemon on your opponent's team can potentially counter you, which I think is completely healthy. But anyway, I have been rambling way too long. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.